Okay. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the caucus meeting of the Englewood Cliffs Mayor and Council. Today is December 9th, 2020. It's approximately 6:40 p.m. Calling the meeting to order. It's being conducted virtually via Zoom. And I don't have control as I should under New Jersey law, but the clerk has control solely. It's a whole nother issue, which we'll address in the future, I'm sure. If the governing body would please turn on their cameras so the public could see you. I think that's why you ran for election, so that you could actually be seen by the public. You should do so, please.
Mayor, we were just waiting for you to come on.
Great.
You're late.
Wonderful. I don't see Debbie. So I'm not late, actually. I'm here. I've been here since 6:28, Gloria.
Well, what time is it now?
6:40, 6:38.
So you're late.
I'm not late. I was here. I was waiting for other people to join.
Oh, I didn't see you. I didn't see you. Come on.
I've been here, Councilwoman.
Anyway, okay, let's go.
Councilwoman, no, I've been here. Set the record straight. With that, can I have a roll call, please?
Mayor Kranjak,
Here.
Councilpersons Pharaoh,
Here.
Sabari,
Here.
O,
Here.
Aversa,
Here.
Wu,
Here.
Pharaoh. Oh, I called Pharaoh, I'm sorry. Borough Attorney,
Here.
Municipal Clerk.
Thank
Everyone's present, Mayor.
you. Thank you. The public will notice that there's one council person missing. Councilman Song resigned on Saturday. So there is a vacancy and there's only 5 council members right now, plus me. That's your governing body. Madam Clerk, would you please read into the record the Open Public Meetings Act statement?
Adequate notice of this meeting was given to the press and posted as required. Date and time of this meeting was legally given as required by the Open Public Meetings Act. This notice is on file with the municipal clerk and posted on the bulletin board. Minutes of this meeting will be made available to the public upon the completion of typing and proofreading by the municipal clerk.
Okay, thank you. So at this point on our agenda, we need to go into closed session of the governing body to discuss the items that are listed there for closed session. And to do that, I'll need a few things. I need a motion to do that.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, and then also I need the clerk to read the appropriate language for us to go into closed session.
Resolution 2175, whereas the mayor and council of the Borough of Englewood Cliffs have deemed it necessary to go into closed session to discuss certain confidential matters. To discuss certain confidential matters. Whereas the minutes of this closed session will remain confidential as permitted under the Open Public Meetings Act and shall be released when there is no further need for confidentiality as authorized by the borough attorney. Now therefore be it resolved that the mayor and council of the Borough of Englewood Cliffs will go into closed session for the following matters as permitted. As permitted under the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-12. We're going to speak regarding tax appeals, 17 Karen's Lane, 540 Sylvan Avenue, 489 Summit, 270 Sylvan, and 8, which for some reason it's not 800 Sylvan tax appeal regarding Borough of Englewood Cliffs BERL 611-15 affordable housing, and 800 Sylvan LLC versus Borough of Englewood Cliffs BERL 6918-A-4019-17T2. And like I said, mentioned tax appeal 800 Sylvan will be discussed in closed session. I did not have that on the closed session resolution, Mayor.
Is that not the last? So what's the last one then? 800 Sylvan?
The affordable housing lawsuit.
Okay, so there's 6 items that's on the agenda.
7. I will fix the agenda, but there will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tax appeals that will be discussed in closed session, and the tax appeal attorney and assessor is on Zoom with us.
So the 5th tax appeal is what?
800 Sylvan.
800 Sylvan.
I thought that was taken off.
It was
Yeah.
taken off the agenda. It was supposed to be added to the resolution to be discussed in closed session.
Wait, can you repeat that?
It was removed from the regular agenda to be voted on as a resolution.
Okay,
It should have been added to closed session for discussion.
okay, so discussion only, no action will be taken?
Unless the governing body wishes to take action. That's not for me to decide, but it's to be discussed in closed session along with all the other tax appeals.
Okay, well, do you know right now if the governing body intends to take action?
I'm not privy to that information, Mayor. It was not told to me.
Okay,
Mrs. Sabari, Councilman Sabari sent an email that you were copied on that she wanted to speak about it in closed session and ask questions.
okay,
So I will amend the closed session resolution. It was left off, but there is a 5th tax appeal that we will be discussing, if that's okay with everyone.
it's actually not okay with me.
Okay, Mayor.
I second that and don't support discussing that tax appeal.
Ramon?
I don't think there should be any tax appeal from 800 Sylvan at this time.
We're not talking about voting on the tax appeal. We're talking about discussing it. It's been in
There
litigation.
should be no discussion. These people are destroying their town and you want to give
I
them money
don't-
back? What's wrong with you?
Mario,
What's
Mario.
wrong with you? Don't give them any tax appeal. Stop it.
Mario, you
Stop
don't
it.
know what my opinion is. This
I
is a
know your
litigation.
opinion. I read it
Can we
already.
please discuss it? No, you
No,
didn't.
take it off the
Hold on,
agenda
hold
and
on,
call me
hold on.
tomorrow if you want to
There's
discuss.
there's no, can I please, can I whatever. If
You're-
the
you don't have
council
it all
wants
here,
to vote
Mr.
on,
Marinello, I'm not talking to you, Mr.
I'm
Marinello.
not talking to you either, man.
I'm not talking to you, so just
I'm not
pipe down,
talking.
please. This
I'm
should
not-
not be
I'm
on
sitting
the
here.
agenda.
Mayor?
If you take a
Mayor?
vote to add it to the closed session, that solves the problem.
You can't vote in caucus, so there's no vote.
Mayor, I
You
don't
can vote to
think-
discuss it in closed
It's off.
session.
You published an agenda without this item to the
No,
public.
that-
You're not
that's-
adding it now.
That's not how it works. That's not how the
You're not
law.
adding it now. Mr. Marinello, we're not going to debate each other.
That's right.
That's because I'm the mayor and you're not. We're not putting that on the agenda.
You don't get to control
It's
the agenda.
insanity to even discuss a tax appeal for people who are destroying this town, okay? And only this
Again.
Democrat majority would actually see the way to doing that.
Mayor, ultimately, you can let the courts decide what it is. Nobody is saying we're taking action. We need to discuss it as a council. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, well, I'm gonna
Now
ask you,
stop
I'm
making
gonna
this
ask you
whole
right now,
thing out
because you
there.
said that.
Why don't
Represent
we
to
just
the
say we're
public
not gonna
that-
take
no, no,
action,
represent to
Mario?
the
Would that
public that you're not
satisfy?
taking action.
That's fine. You can say we're
I'm
not
okay
taking
with
action.
that. I'm okay with that. No
Mayor,
action
I don't
taken,
really
but
see the
discussion.
downside of
You don't
discussing
see the
it.
downside of giving somebody back over $1 million?
No, I didn't say that, Mayor. I did not say that. I said, I don't see any downside of discussing it. Don't put words
No,
in my
listen,
mouth.
you guys have been talking about this for weeks, maybe months, behind my back.
That's not true.
Yes, it's true, and I can
That's
prove it.
absolutely not
I
Such an
can
idiot.
prove
You're
it.
paranoid.
Stop
I can
grandstanding.
prove
You're
it.
being ridiculous.
I can prove
You're
it.
being ridiculous.
800
All I
Sylvan
want to do is
should not be
discuss
having
it.
a
I have
tax appeal.
legitimate questions.
Somebody needs to fight for our residents. It'll be me.
Yes, we are fighting
Obviously, it's
for our
not you.
residents. Obviously not you.
Obviously, it's not you because you're considering an appeal.
That is not, I'm asking questions.
Okay,
That's it.
all right.
we
Well,
just
you
said
rep-
we're not
you-
gonna take
You have
action.
now all represented that you're not going to take action tonight.
Yes.
Yeah, what are you so afraid of? We just said we're not
I'm
gonna
not
take
afraid
action,
of
Mario.
anything,
What part don't
especially
you
you,
get?
Ed.
We had
Yeah,
no
good
intention of
good answer,
taking
Mario.
action.
We just said we're not gonna take any action. I just want to
questions.
hear what they have to say.
Well, I want to hold you to that.
Okay,
Good, I hope
is
you
there,
do.
I'm
you don't have
shaking.
to hold me to
Can
anything,
we please
Mario.
move on?
I can hold myself. Don't
Okay,
worry.
so for the public, what we're gonna do is, we're gonna go into closed session. We'll probably argue a little bit more, but you have my word that at 8 o'clock, we are coming back tonight. There's no reason to be in there for any time past 8 o'clock, so
That's not true, Mario.
we're coming back at 8 o'clock.
That's not true. We have a lot to discuss.
Well, you know what, then you know, here's the problem. If you have a lot to discuss, you haven't discussed it with me, so I'm only aware of certain.
You know exactly what's going on in closed session today.
No. It's going
Yes,
to
you
be 8
do. You
o'clock.
got the same letters that I got.
Mayor, there were many incidences where we went over 8 PM, so don't make a new
we are
rule
going
to your
to,
convenience.
We're going to come
You know
back
what?
at 8.
Once January comes, go ahead and change it and cut everybody off at 8 o'clock when you have control. For now, we need to get business done. It's probably going to take long.
It's not
All
all
right,
right.
is
But
there,
if
a
you keep playing
8:50.
games, we're never getting in.
For the public, we're going to come back by 8:15, okay?
Mayor,
There's
is
nothing-
there,
No, we're not
is there a
playing
mo- is there a motion to add 800 Sylvan tax appeal to the
Yes,
agenda?
there is.
You can't have motions in caucus.
I think the agreement was.
We're
they
not
would
spending
take
money.
action.
You can't have motions in caucus. You can't have votes in caucus.
Yeah.
It's not on the agenda that you published. It's not on the agenda tonight.
Do you still not want to discuss it? I don't understand. We said
I
we're
don't
not
want to
taking
discuss
action.
it because I haven't been given the information to review, so I can't discuss it.
Neither have we, which is why I sent an email
Oh,
to
you
you,
know
Mario,
that's not
saying
true.
I have questions.
You know that's not
That
true.
is absolutely true.
You know that's not true.
That's absolutely true.
Am
It's
I
not
adding
gonna-
this to the
it will-
agenda?
Yes,
will
you're
not be
adding it to the
discussed
agenda.
tonight.
Yes, it will be discussed.
Mr. Marinello, do I need to take a vote?
You've already announced that you're going to discuss it. If the public wants to go to court to stop the discussion because even though it's been represented that there's not going to be any action taken on it, feel free to do so. You're allowed to add things to the agenda as they come up. This is coming as no surprise to anyone. Let's
Not
just
on
go into
closed
closed
session.
and get forward.
Okay. can we
Otherwise, it'll be
please close
8:15
the
and we'll
public
still
and go
be.
into closed session.
You can't add to closed
You're
session.
wasting the
We're going
public's
to-
time
Okay.
right now.
We're going to go in and to the public. You're going to be placed in a waiting room. And I apologize that you won't be in closed session with us. I know you probably see the world the way I see it in terms of tax appeals. So we'll see you at about 8:15. Okay, thanks. Governing body, are you here? Yes, okay. Can I have a motion to come out of closed session?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Is there anyone opposed? That only sounded like 2 times. All in favor?
Everyone,
Aye.
So thank you to the public for waiting for us. We're going to did our best. One of the reasons these closed sessions take so long is because some of the governing body doesn't actually get information until the closed session, whereas some of the other people in the governing body know it already. So we're trying to catch up because a lot of information is not shared with Councilman Wu, Councilman Farrow, or myself.
That is not correct.
And I assure you that, Councilwoman Sabari, this is going to benefit you the most. In 2021, you will be involved and included in everything. I would have said the same for Jimmy Song, but he resigned on Saturday, so he's not here for that. The next part of our caucus meeting is to open to the public, so we will do that now, and we will also open to the public during the regular meeting, which will follow immediately after this meeting, probably with a 5-minute break in between. So can I have a motion to open to the public, please?
I make a motion.
A second, please.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, anyone opposed? Do we still have a quorum?
everyone's here.
Okay, all right. Again, if the council members would please turn on their cameras, the public could see you. That's why you ran for office, to be seen, right? So please turn on your cameras.
That's not why I ran.
If there's anyone from the public who wishes to be heard, please virtually raise your hand, or wave your hand, and we'll try to recognize you as we see you do so. So if you're in the public and you wish to speak, now is an opportunity for you to do so. Welcome to do that. I don't see any hands raised.
I don't see any. Unless, Mrs. McMorrow.
Yes, Mrs. McMorrow, please go ahead.
I'm asking her to unmute.
I think I hit the unmute button. Can you hear me?
We do hear you.
Yes,
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Yeah, I just have a couple of questions for the agenda. First, under correspondence, you have a letter from McNerney and Associates tax appeal. I'm not asking for the content of the letter. Can someone just tell me what tax appeal that was for and the date on that letter?
Ms. Shepherd, can you answer that question, please? It's the third item of correspondence on the regular agenda.
Let me see if I have it with me. Give me 1 second.
So while she's doing that, is there anything else that you want to talk about?
Well, I had the same question for the letter from Associated Appraisal Group tax appeal. What's the date of that letter and for what tax appeal?
So the Associated Press, I'm sorry, Associated Appraisal, I'm sorry, I didn't include all of them. Associated is 270 Sylvan, 800 Sylvan, and not all the letters were put into my packet. I apologize. I can try to look it up.
I appreciate that. Do you have the dates for the letters?
.270 Sylvan was September 9th. 800 Sylvan was November 19. And I'll look for the other ones. Let's see if I can pull them up.
Okay.
If you want to go on to your next questions while I look to
Sure.
see if I can pull them.
Yeah, no problem. Absolutely. I'll do that. Okay. Was there anything else added to the agenda after your closed session?
No, there was not.
Okay, so there's nothing being added to the agenda.
No.
Okay, thank you. Okay, just to understand a little bit of confusion. So yesterday there was an agenda published that did not have 800 Sylvan on closed or on the regular portion. Last night around 5:30, there was a version of the agenda that was published that was on closed session. I heard it mentioned just before you went to close that it was never put into the closed session agenda, but it was last night around 5:30, and it also got a resolution number for the regular portion of the meeting. Usually when a resolution is assigned to a tax appeal, you are preparing for a vote, not to say which way the vote's going to go, but you don't assign I've never seen a resolution be attached to a tax appeal without the understanding that it was being put forward to a vote. So, and then now, when I went on later today, it was there this morning as well, but when I went on later today, it was pulled off of both again. And now tonight, it was headed back to closed. Somebody's making a decision to put on, pull off, put on, pull off. I mean, to do it 3 or 4 times, I could see it happen accidentally once, but this is like a ping pong ball going back and forth. And for something with the amount of money over, I think I heard somebody say over $1 million. I can't understand how that can have that kind of confusion.
Yeah, so I agree with you. That's our wayward agenda committee, which we're going to clean up that in 2021.
I'm just saying for a member of the public, it's hard to, you know.
Well, as the mayor, it's hard also because
It's not on the agenda.
I don't control it. It was Councilwoman Sabari, then you took it off, then you put it on, then you took it off.
I did not put it on, nor did I take it off.
There's an email from you doing both, okay? So.
As soon as I saw that it was
Okay,
on.
why don't you quit while you're ahead?
You're not cutting me off.
You
Okay.
wrote an email putting it on.
I brought it to the council's attention that I had a lot of questions regarding that resolution.
That's a different
My idea, not yours, to take it off the agenda. You said nothing.
Okay, if I only have 5 minutes, so
No, you don't have any time limits. Don't worry.
As long
Um,
as he abuses
so-
it. no
Well,
time.
I'm sure Ms. Stuffy didn't out of the blue just place 800 Sylvan's tax appeal and give it a resolution number all on her own. Correct, Ms. Stuffy? Someone did direct you to place that on the agenda and give it a resolution number?
All the resolutions that I received from the tax appeal attorneys or from anyone else, I assign it a number. And
Right, you got
and
that, you got it from somebody else as well.
That's a different issue also.
You didn't just make that up.
The resident's question was who put it there and who took it off.
I took it off at the suggestion of Councilwoman Sabari.
Right.
The resolutions I received from the tax appeal attorney, I placed them on the agenda, waiting for someone to advise to keep them on or remove them.
Okay,
Um,
all right, so the last question.
So, Mrs. McMorro, to answer your question about the agenda, I was trying to expedite having the agenda up on the website so no one would complain that they were not timely informed of the agenda. So I uploaded it so that everyone had it. That's why you saw it. And then once I removed it and made a change, I uploaded it again.
There's no reason to be defensive. In fact,
I'm not being defensive. I'm explaining as to what you saw.
if I-
Stephanie, please let the resident speak. Thank
yeah,
you.
I just-
Absolutely.
Okay, I only have 2 minor little things left. If you find that date, great, Ms. Duffy. If you don't, you can email me that answer
No,
tomorrow.
I'm looking for them now.
That's okay. If you don't have it, you can just email me the answer tomorrow. Last 2 points on the 540 Sylvan Avenue tax appeal. I saw that, and I mean, obviously my tax appeal, my husband and my tax appeal is on tonight. I saw that all of them that are on say there's a refund given. 2 questions regarding this. We're not getting a refund. We're getting credits. The way the resolution is written, it's not reflecting that we're getting credits. We're not getting any cash back. The Choi Group asked if we would work with the borough, given the late time period of the tax appeal coming on to the agenda. And from a budget standpoint, obviously, I understand it would be very helpful to the borough to get a credit and not have a check cut. So we were more than happy to help the borough in that manner and accept credits going, for that amount going forward. I'm just curious because you can't tell from how the other ones are written if are they getting credits or are they getting a check cut, number 1, and number 2, on 540 Sylvan, they still have a 2020 tax appeal pending, but you're only settling through 2019. And as a matter of right, I would assume if you're lowering their amount to $3,250,000, they would get an automatic reduction to 2020. And how is that getting paid out of this year's budget? I mean, these are just financial questions, and if somebody could answer that, I greatly appreciate it.
Mr. Marinello, can you answer that?
No, I can't.
I thought that it was, I'm going to call it a consensus, that all of the appeals, as we vote on them, we're going to represent that it would be credits.
That's
and
correct.
And not refunds. So
Okay, yeah, no, that it could be. It just wasn't clear in the resolution. I'm just,
no, the resolution definitely doesn't reflect that. You're absolutely correct.
yeah, and
But according to our council, it actually is a credit refund. So we're going to change that in the resolution. Correct?
thank you very much. Yeah, it's helpful for the public to know that people are getting credits and not getting the check cut. Thank you, Ms. Sabari. Appreciate it. Do you have any understanding to the 540 Sylvan on the year 2020, how that's going to be like, or was that an oversight? Because as a matter of right, they would be entitled to the 2020 reduction because you can't have a $3.7 million assessment for 2020 on a standing tax appeal when you're being authorized to have it lowered to $3,250,000 for the year 2019. So just to be aware for your own budget or credit, however you're going to handle it. I don't know if that was an oversight or not, is my point to you.
Well, I don't, right now, it's not part of this settlement. So I assume that he would need to submit a new application for 2020. And at that time, after negotiated, we would give them a credit.
No, he has one. I'm letting you know. It's pending right now as we speak.
But that's not what's being settled right now.
Correct, but I'm just, and this is a question for the lawyer. If you're settling the 2019 and lowering his assessment to 3,250,000, I don't know how you could have billed him then for 3,750,000 for the year 2020 when you're agreeing that it's only worth 3,250,000. That's, be prepared that that may be happening sooner than you think. As I think as a matter of right, they're going to get it automatically once you vote and it passes.
I think that's a good point. This council should consider not voting on that, getting some
Well,
clarity.
I'm not saying to do that. I'm just saying to be prepared.
Well, that would apply to all the tax appeals, wouldn't it?
Well,
Not that property only.
Exactly.
This one is of particular importance because it's being potentially settled tonight. So the resident is saying, well, why don't you consider the existing appeal for 2020 also?
I guess that would
I don't
apply
have
to
an
Ms.
answer for it
McMorro's
because
tax
I'm
appeal
not
as well.
Give us an answer for it. Unless you know.
No, I have to say something. You know, Miss O, I'm defending Joe Parisi's tax appeal right now, and you're
Oh, well,
attacking.
I'm defending your tax appeal.
No, you're not. You're being very political. I'm telling you that Joe.
All right, I
have a
heard
matter
enough from you.
If I stop, just please stop being political for 5
Okay.
minutes.
What about you? You're not being political right now?
Actually, not. I'm defending Joe Parisi's tax appeal,
Oh,
saying
I'm defending your tax appeal. How's that?
I'm just saying
You,
that.
you have a tax appeal on the agenda tonight, Carol.
But I'm not saying anything.
Okay, you're not saying anything about your own tax appeal. I think the public has a right to know that you have a tax appeal, just like the Parisi, okay?
Gloria, she actually mentioned, that was the first thing she said.
But there is no issue on the resolution.
Yeah, I
Or,
think the point is 540 Sylvan Avenue is the one that has up to 2019. The other ones all have reductions.
You know what? They're
Up
all
to 220.
entitled to tax freeze
No, they don't.
for 3 years, okay? Whether or not it's on the resolution, so
That's not
I
true,
just want to
Ms.
put
O.
that on the record. It
that-
applies to Carol's property just as well.
No, you'd have to have, okay, you know what? I gotta tell you, Gloria, you have to make everything political. I just don't get it. Listen.
Well,
you
same
guys
with
do
you.
whatever you
So
want.
thank you for your comment, Carol.
Excuse me. Please,
Carol?
yeah, thank you, Ms. Moore.
Okay, you're addressing 2020 in your appeal. The other resolution on here for Karen's Lane is only through 2019. No different than.
I'm not sure they have one for 2020. The only,
Right.
the other 270 had one for 2022. is
But
all
our
I'm saying.
council, what was currently in play, our council is dealing with these particular years. And yes, you're correct that most likely, we don't know for sure, but most likely 2020 will be reduced also.
As a
But-
matter of right, that's all I'm saying. That's all.
But we'll cross that bridge when we get there and we'll give them a credit if that's what happens.
Yeah.
But right now, we're not voting on that. We're going to.
I understand that, and I was just trying to be helpful. There was no reason to have Miss O attack me from a political standpoint. Mayor, the last comment I just wanted to make was on resolution number 194 on the remote meeting protocol. On page 2, the fifth whereas down, it reads words to the effect, whereas the Borough of Englewood Cliffs shall continue to post land use applications and report on its web, and they're submitted as well as Borough Committee agendas with resolutions, ordinances attached, which are posted the Friday before each meeting, and shall continue this practice in compliance with the new rules. I don't know who wrote this, but everyone knows that this town does not post the agenda and their resolutions the Friday before. It's done the night of the meeting. And if you want to correct that before you vote, that's an incorrect statement, so.
Going forward,
Well, that is the goal.
going forward,
No, but it doesn't say the goal, it says as has been. It's,
guys,
you can reword it, yeah.
guys, all I'm saying is going forward, we're gonna do things differently. We're gonna do things better. We're gonna do things with more transparency, right, Ms. Sabari? we're going to, on Friday before the meeting, post the agenda. And to the extent we have resolutions prepared by then,
Okay, I'd like to see which one
Let
of
me
you
finish.
is
Let me
responsible for that.
we will also provide those resolutions in draft. We may add things between the Friday and the Wednesday
Oh,
meeting.
no, but you can't do that. You can't do that without changing the language. Mario,
We
did
will
you
have
not
drafts
hear
of
Mr.
documents.
McMorro's concerns?
Yeah, we are going to give to the public what the public wants, which is transparency, which we
They've gotten
took control in
transparent.
January 2019, disappeared. It's going to
Okay,
come back.
That's not correct.
Ms.
No,
Zamora, thank you very
no.
much for your, for speaking with me and, you know,
Mrs. McMorro, you wanted to know about the letters?
just that one date if you had it, yeah. if you had it.
So, okay, Karen's Lane was November 20th.
Is that the McNerney one?
No. No. Karen's, 17 Karen's Lane is November 20th. 540 Sylvan is December 20th. McNerney. 489 Summit is December 1st.
Wait, I'm so sorry. McNerney was which one?
540 Sylvan,
540 Sylvan, and what was the date on that?
December 20th.
December 20th of 212 of which year?
2019.
Oh, I'm sorry, December 20th of 2019. Okay.
49 Summit, December 1st, 2020. And 270 Sylvan, September 9th, 2020.
489 Summit, which one?
December 1st.
December 1st of 2019?
I don't know. Check again.
Listen, I don't want to hold up any time. You can email me that information tomorrow if it's easier for you.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks again.
Anybody else have willing to speak? Mr. Yee, did you want to speak? But I saw your.
Who was that, Mayor?
I thought I saw Mr. Yee and Mr. Sohn. Okay, maybe they'll just speak at the regular meeting.
Make a motion to close.
Let's just make sure. Is there anyone on the phone that wishes to speak? Please unmute yourself and speak. Okay, I don't see anyone or hear anyone for that. matter.
Close.
All right, can I have a motion to close?
Motion to close.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We don't have anything else to do in this caucus meeting. Let's adjourn it and start our regular meeting in 5 minutes. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We will start the regular meeting in 5 minutes, okay? Thanks.